Intro Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So
Scared the
that
shit
intro,
out of me.
like every time I hear that intro, I'm like, that's what it makes me kind of like feel. It's like, yeah, huh, oh,
Oh,
you know?
okay. Alright then. It's a kind of
Dark and
kind of interesting start.
How have you been, Dan?
Good.
Yeah.
Just like I really wish that, I pray for 1 week to come by where it's like I actually have something exciting to talk about. Like genuinely. We went and bought a tower fan from Tesco, which is good.
Yeah.
That's probably the highlight of the week.
Cooling yourselves.
Well, yeah, because last weekend we bought the little like cooler that you put some that you pour water in, and you wet the filter and stuff, and you can freeze the filter even, and it gives out really cool air.
Nice.
And that's been doing pretty good. But Sam has that on her side of the bed along with the fan.
Yeah.
So we bought the tower one so I could primarily use it in here for when I'm working, because it gets really warm in here when I'm using the PC 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
So we ended up, Sam last night, smartly, I was up until 2 a.m. today, like playing games and shit. And Sam cleverly put the tower fan on my bedside table. So I have a fan on my side and she has the fan in the air cooler on her side, and it just makes this like convex of air. It's so fucking great.
Nice. A nice little kind of air place.
Yeah. And it was good because we had that thunderstorm. Did you get any of the thunderstorm on Thursday?
It was crazy, wasn't it? It just went from like no water on the road to an absolute fucking river on the road to then absolutely no water on the road.
It was weird. Yeah, it was weird as shit because for us it sounded like it was close, but the thunder just didn't stop.
Nah.
Like, I don't know what it was like for you, but literally the thunder it was constantly. And then towards the end where it was about like where it was kind of dying down, that was when it was kind of like it was stopping and there was gaps in it. But genuinely for the first like 20 minutes of it, it was just constant rumbling.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. It's the most aggressive thunderstorm I've ever heard in my life. There was lightning too, but obviously because of the time of day, it was kind of tough to see. I saw one flash of it, but I think the storm was quite far from where we are.
Did I ever tell you of the? I mean, I say of the time, like this was only like maybe last year or something, the year before. No, I'm sure it was last year. Everyone was in lockdown. There was this weird ass fucking electrical storm, over the Fitbit pitch. And it was so weird. It was like continuous flashes of lightning, like as if somebody was like had a big powerful fucking flashlight like behind the cloud and was constantly spinning round and just like flash, 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 flash. And there was absolutely no thunder at all. It was literally just like the flashes, and it looked so fucking cool. Like it was lighting the cloud up yellow and all these different fucking colors. It was just like flash, 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 flash.
But was this last summer?
I think it could have been weird as fuck. Like it was awesome, but really weird.
Huh. No, I don't think you ever told me about that. That is kind of interesting though. I remember there was one time, it might have been 2 years ago in summer, where I was on my way back from work, and it was like I don't know if it was summer. It might not have even been that warm, but it was like perfectly fine. And then next thing was a massive black cloud above us, and the thunderstorm was literally above where we are.
Wow.
And I got back to this is when I was still living in the flat, so it must have been about 2 or so years ago, maybe 3, maybe 2.5.
Hey, Lan.
Hey Leo, long time no speak. And yeah, it was just non-stop, and it was like lightning followed directly by thunder. Like it was literally like, you know how they say that every 5 seconds means it's a mile away.
Yeah.
It was literally thunder, lightning, loads of lightning, thunder, lightning, like one after the other, just like non-stop. And it was like that for like 5-10 minutes by the time I got back to the flat, and then gone. It was just clear as like nothing happened. It was weird.
Fuck. I really wish we could have some rain or something. Like it would be nice.
That'll be coming next week.
Yeah. I've heard mixed reviews on that though.
Nah,
I've heard people say it's going to get twice as hot, and I've heard people say it was supposed to be cool today, but that never happened.
No, today's been a bit cooler.
It has been a bit cooler, but it's still fucking burn your balls off if you stand in it too long. Hot.
Well, yeah, but like, I think I'd rather have weather that's like that, where if you're outside it's warm, but when you're inside it's manageable.
The breeze definitely helped today, like for fucking sure.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but I didn't want to open windows too far because of the smell. So.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Like tomorrow's meant to be 25, then Monday's meant to be 25, and then it's Tuesday's 21, and then from there it's 18, 17, 18, 19, 19. So by Wednesday, it'll drop below 20 every day.
God, it's gonna be so cold.
I know. It's gonna be weird. There's like no happy medium though, because like obviously everyone's like, oh, I can't wait for summer, I can't wait for the hot weather, and then
the hot weather comes and it was like, oh god, it's starting to fucking eat. You're like,
can't wait for winter. Roll on winter 2021. But the worst part is
fucking lives away.
The worst part is it's not even as if it's going to be like 18 degrees and sunny or 18 degrees and even cloudy. It's literally forecast for the entirety of next week to be raining. So you just in Scotland you go from one extreme to the other. It's like you're either absolutely no clouds in the sky, sun just beating down on you, and you're like fucking sweating even just sitting on the computer, because that, you know, computers when you play games kick out heat as well, so there's no fucking escape.
Alex, are you here?
There's either that end of the spectrum or the opposite end where it's just pissing it down with rain and you can't do anything. So
I like the rain, especially in the summer. Like the rain in the summer is actually pretty decent because it's usually either warm or cool enough to cool you down while it's still warm. Mm-hmm. So you're like, you know, it's fucking awesome. It was like yesterday, we pumped Reese's paddling pool up and filled it the night before, or was it the morning? But anyways, we left it in the sun to heat up a wee bit. And yeah, just jumped straight in and the clothes were like, fuck this. And then it's still wet by the time we were coming to walk in, but by the time I'd walked from theirs to mine, bone dry.
Yeah. It's mad.
I was like, fuck.
It's just so funny how year on year it's just got hotter and hotter during summer. I fucking dread to think what it's going to be like next year. Fuck me.
What year do you reckon it's going to be where the sun's going to just completely fry us to death?
Probably by 2030.
Yeah.
I'd say. I mean, well, like I say, year on year it's been getting hotter and hotter.
It'd be a fucking huge ironical kick in the teeth. We'll get the climate kind of thing all sorted out, like the climate change and stuff, and then there'll just be a big massive fucking huge solar flare that's just kills enough to pass through the fucking earth and just fucking burns everything.
Just kills us all.
Fucking how's that for irony, you bastards?
Yeah, so what about you? How have you been coping with the heat? And
I've been fucking loving it, to be honest. It's because, well, I mean, in my house it's just fucking unbelievably hot.
Yeah.
Even with the windows open, like there's hardly ever a fucking breeze. And when my neighbour's moaning about the smell, I've been kind of keeping the windows closed and stuff. So yeah, like the temperatures in here have been getting up to like 36 degrees.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And that was during the night.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
I
have been dying, but it's been nice.
I've been struggling to fucking sleep. Like, we don't have like a thermostat upstairs or anything, but downstairs the hottest it reached was like 28 degrees. But with obviously with the computers being upstairs and you know, especially if me and Sam are both on, that's like 2 PCs worth of heat being kicked out. Yeah. And you can actually, when you get to the second top step to get upstairs, you can actually, like, the heat actually physically hits you. You can literally feel the temperature change. So it must be at least, I don't know if there's maybe any like proper number out there of like what number in terms of like temperature difference you could physically feel, but I can imagine
I
it must
reckon it'd
be.
be maybe about 5-10
That's
degrees or
that's what I
so.
was thinking. Maybe about 5 degrees. So if that was the case, if it was 28 downstairs and it was kind of reasonable, it was fine. Then it would have
That'd be
been about
sick.
33ish upstairs, and it was fucking rough, man. Trying to sleep in that, it's just, it's not nice.
Oh, I tell you what you should do though. Definite fucking recommendation. If you're ever too hot and you can't sleep, take yourself off and down the stairs and outside. Just in, I done it in my boxers. It was like fucking 5:30, 6 o'clock. I was like, I'm sick of sweating my fucking cunt off in here, and like no getting any sleep. So I mean, I might as well just get up. And I went down, stepped outside, and I was out there until like maybe 8:30 or something when folks started actually like getting up and doing stuff. Had breakfast out there, fucking everything. I was like, yeah, just sitting there, sitting in the garden in my boxers.
It's just
So nice though. And it
it's-
was weird too. There was a kind of thing where about when I first went out about 6, roasting hot, like as if it was like still inside the house, and then it was like that for about an hour, and then 7 o'clock hit and there was this weird kind of like misty fog rolled in, followed by like a drop in temperature by about maybe like again 5-6 degrees, and or maybe even more, maybe it was 10, but because it went from really hot to really cold all of a sudden. Like not really cold, but certainly cooler. And I was like, wow, that's weird as fuck. And then that lasted for about half an hour to an hour, and then it started getting back to being warm again. I don't know why that happened. Maybe something to do with the sun coming past the equator or something as it's rising.
I'll tell you what though, I'm glad that thunderstorm happened though, because I never thought it was like a true thing about the whole clearing the air thing, you know, when a storm comes along.
Yeah.
But fuck me, the moment that hit, even like 10 minutes after it, there was an actual breeze. It was so weird.
Yeah.
And it actually felt like it was strange because I was looking at the temperature, like I was looking on my phone on the weather app, and it was saying that it was like 21 degrees at that point, but apparently by like 11 o'clock it was meant to actually get warmer. So it dropped temperature at like, this was about 6 or 7 o'clock, and then it was saying that within the next like 3 or 4 hours it was meant to actually get back up to like 24 because of the storm had genuinely cleared the air and made like a bit of a breeze and kind of made it not as humid and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I was fucking, I took Holly a walk out before it happened, like maybe about 12 o'clock midday, and for some stupid reason I'd been up to see Reese. That's not the thing, it was a stupid reason. But I'd been up to see Reese and I forgot to take my fucking tub of weed with me, so I borrowed some of Mel's, like she let me roll out her stuff. And we keep them in pretty much the exact same kind of tub, kind of wee garlic mayo tubs you get from the takeaway.
Yeah.
Like we fucking repurposed some of them for it. So I rolled and just doing what I usually do. I put my tub away after I finished with it and put it in my pocket. Fucking put her tub in my pocket and went home with it. And I was like, fuck. And like she'd lent me some like previous. So I was like, I'll just give you like, I think it was like 2 grams or something. I gave her back as a kind of thank you. So yeah, took Holly a walk, fucking had that in my pocket. Halfway round, it slips out without me fucking noticing.
Oh shit.
So I come home, do my shit when I'm, I think I tidied the house and stuff, played a bit of 7 Days to Die. The storm happened, and then I was due to go and pick Reese up to take him to his grand's. And someone made me check my pocket for, I think I was maybe rolling one for myself. I was like, I'll just see if Mel's is there. Not in my pocket. So I'm like, fucking hell. Where the fuck could it be? I'm like, it's alright, no panic, it's downstairs. I just took it before going for a walk because I was like, I don't need to take it. But yeah, it turns out I didn't, and I actually lost it in the fucking woods. So I went and retraced my steps. Luckily I found it.
Oh, fucking hell.
But Yeah, fucking shit myself. I'm like, oh, nut is gonna have fallen out on the road. Somebody's gonna have came along and been like, oh, what's this? Fucking happy days. But no, jeez, crazy. And then she opened it and tried to roll it, and it was soaking wet. She's like, why is this wet if it's the same stuff as yours? Like, it's because it's been fucking out in a thunderstorm. Like that, it was torrential. You can the stone bit as you're walking down to the woods.
Yeah.
That was all gouged out as if a river had fucking flown through it.
Fuck.
I was like, holy fucking shit! Like what?
If you
You'd have
saw,
probably died.
if you saw some of the state of some of the rivers and stuff because of how hot it's been,
No,
they're like some are like near enough totally dried up.
fuck.
Rough, man. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's like Scottish Water have put out like things saying like that we're at like a risk of like low water or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I knew it was going to happen. I stored up in some in the winter when there was plenty. It's good to have the kind of barrels and stuff just for emergency fucking things. And also how to make a DIY filtration system so that if you are having to use grey water for drinking, you can do it fucking safely.
I can't remember where I saw it. It was on Facebook anyway. It was like Dumfries and Galway What's Going On page. I'm pretty sure I shared it. See if I can quickly find it. Because I downloaded this fucking phenomenal extension for Chrome, where you open Facebook with this extension. You click one button. You click the extension, then you click one button, and it literally unfollows everyone from your newsfeed.
Huh.
Since I only use Facebook for Marketplace, I literally done it and then just refollowed like your like business page, mum, and like Sam and stuff like that. Just refollowed them.
Yeah.
And like and that was it. So I don't follow anyone. So I don't see. I literally open my Facebook newsfeed. I can open it at one point of the day. Open it like 5 hours later, and I'll probably see the same stuff. And not see shite that people have, all the Facebook fucking scientists and stuff share, thinking that everything that they share is just like scientifically proven and always correct. I don't see that shit anymore, which is fucking great.
How are the nanobots treating you?
Fine. No, I've been absolutely fine since getting it done. In fact, the funniest part is I was feeling a little bit dodgy after it. But I think it actually turned out we had KFC for like when I got home. I had the vaccine at like lunchtime. Got home and just chilled out for the rest of the day. And I can't remember if it was that night or the following night we had KFC for like dinner or something. And so if I eat like takeaway that's kind of dodgy for whatever reason, it makes me just feel ill for like 3 days.
Huh.
Like I'm not actually physically ill, but it makes me lose my appetite and feel like very squeamish and nauseous. It happens with quite often. It'll happen at takeaways if I get like a pizza, but get a tub of garlic mayo. I've noticed that quite often with pizza takeaways, it's the garlic mayo that causes it, because
I wonder if you've got some kind of garlic intolerance or something.
well, the KFC didn't have any form of garlic, so I don't know. I really
they
don't
use
know.
garlic powder in their chicken coating.
Could be then. But it's the tubs of garlic mayo, not tubs, like the actual bottles of it that you can buy at like Iceland and farm foods and stuff.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. I
Huh.
think it's maybe just if it's been sat out for too long or something, it's maybe
Possibly,
just doesn't agree with my stomach. But interestingly enough, one of the guys, Brandon, that we play with, like that I know that I went to school with, he's like in the Discord, and like Sam said to him, "Oh, we just got a KFC, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh, hopefully it tasted fine," because the guy, the guy like this morning was a lazy cunt and didn't do the oil change. So it's probably using like dodgy old fucking oil, like cooking oil and stuff. So that probably didn't help either. But the worst part is we didn't even have it for like just one day. I think we had it like back to back. It was either 2 days in a row, or like one day, then we had something else, and we had a KFC again for like lunch or something.
Huh.
So that just made, I think that even just doubled it up and made it like twice as bad.
So-
Where I felt so nauseous for like 2 or 3 days, and I was like, "Fuck, is this like a side effect or something?" But now I felt absolutely fine after that passed.
Huh. You should have a look on the back of the garlic bottles, the garlic mayo bottles from the supermarket, and see how much of it is actually properly garlic and stuff. Because maybe it's the amount of garlic, you know what I mean? Because I do think that the takeaways literally just crush up garlic cloves
Hmm,
and throw it into a tub of mayo.
it
So maybe
could
theirs
be.
is like more concentrated or something.
Oh, here it is. Water flows are getting really low now in many Galloway rivers, and water temperatures are high. Many fisheries across the region have now closed to help protect fish welfare.
Oof.
I don't know if this
And
will
yet there's people
autofocus.
heading out to the local lochs on a daily basis fishing nae bother.
I don't know if
Well, no nae bother, but you know what I mean. Oof.
that's like the map. So red's the worst and blue's normal.
Holy shit, so like
I
up
don't
fucking-
actually.
Up the Highlands, holy fuck.
Green is early warning. Quite a lot of it's like covered. There's only like the two spots that are kind of not covered by it.
That
Two
is
spots
crazy.
are normal condition. Yep.
We're in Scotland, where the fuck is our water?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of mad. But yeah, I remember reading that.
It's all gone due north. It's part of the grand plan. We're sending it due north so that it'll slowly sink them.
Imagine.
It's alright, the whole world hates England, I'm pretty sure. We don't hate England.
I'm trying to like figure out whether it's actually worth. I've got 2 credit cards right now. One of them's got nil balance that I used for buying my graphics card, and the other one's got stuff on it. I'm wondering if it's worth closing the one with nil balance, or is it worth keeping it open? Because technically, some places see it because it technically it increases your credit utilization.
Yeah.
So even if I have nothing on it, I've got that credit limit in place, along with the other ones. So technically, I have a higher credit utilization. So technically, it's kind of a good thing that I've got 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether I should just keep it open and not. I'm just gonna keep it open. Fuck it. I'm not. The thing is, I'm not.
I don't agree with fucking credit cards and shit. I hate this whole culture that we've got ourselves into of fucking, like, it seems to be a lifelong goal to accumulate debt. You know, like, you're getting rewarded for accumulating debt because it's making a credit score better. Like, what the fuck even is that? Like, it's completely stupid, man.
It's the only,
know what I
way,
mean? Like,
it's the only way you're gonna be able to afford a house in this economy. In this
that's it.
climate.
Like that is. I'm not meaning like the people that use that system or fucking that system just in general shouldn't exist, because we shouldn't be at the point where that's the only fucking way that we can live. You know
Blame
what I mean?
Maggie Thatcher.
There's a lot of people that's to blame for that kind of shit. And because I mean, we have the fucking the money and the people to make a difference to actually change it, but yeah, it's not gonna fucking change because no bastard can profit off of it, and that's the only problem.
No. Well, that's the thing. That's my
Greed's
reason. That's my reasoning behind
Yeah,
like what I do.
it's like actually earlier, fucking, I was
Oh, your mic's cut out again. There we go. Your hand should never be anywhere near that cable. I don't know how you keep pulling it out.
it's just because it's so loose, it just drops it itself. In fact, it
It shouldn't
was
be though.
out of the microphone.
It shouldn't be. It was never like that when I had it.
Well, it's yeah. Anyway, so I was like, oh, fucking McDonald's is awesome. They've dropped the price of their Big Mac from whatever it was to like 99p and stuff. And I'm like, oh, they've done the cheeseburger as well. It's like fucking 49p for a cheeseburger. I thought that was going to be like a kind of like a standard price just until like a certain point in time. And it turns out it was just a daily promotion.
Oh fuck.
I was like, fucking hell, man. Like literally the way the email read though, it was like it's something that's happening because people want it to happen. I was like, fucking right on, McDonald's. You're paving the way to fucking rebuild the economy, and it's like, nah, just one day.
Yeah, you might need to actually eventually switch to just using that little mixer then. Because when I was using that mic, I used it for with USB like from the point that I got it up until when I got the mixer. And
Yeah.
it never ever fell out for me.
Huh.
But going by the sounds of that, if it's just falling out, then maybe the port's fucked.
Yeah, it's really loose, like
Because the cable,
really overly loose.
like I used the cable that I gave you with that, along with the the USB port, and I never ever had it fall out or anything. And I used it like that for. I got that mic in February, and then I got this mixer in March.
Yeah, I've even tried to like wrap the cable up so there wasn't as much pull on it from it dangling down, and it's not made any difference at all.
I used it with USB for at least 2 weeks and never had a problem. So I don't know what the cause of it is, but yeah, like I say, if worse comes to worse, I mean you'll lose the compression thing that you've got in the Shure Motive app, but at the same time the quality might even just work out being a bit nicer anyway. And I had like a compressor and noise gate and stuff to like post production anyway, so it could be worth even maybe trying that as well.
Yeah.
Just take the XLR cable out of the other microphone and just pop it in the back of that and see how it goes. You don't get the little you don't get the little panel thing that won't light up anymore if you do that. But
I can't even really see that anyways.
yeah.
Every now and again I see like a little flash, but I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, is your Audacity still going?
It stopped, but I've started it again.
Oh yeah, it'll have stopped because the mic came undone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you probably better try that actually for the next time. Just use the little mixer thing. From what I remember, I'm pretty sure the price of the Go XLR Minis is dropping as well.
Aye.
Let me see. Yeah, it's down to 137 now, rather than
Nice.
it was 180.
Hey Mel. Hey Reese.
Hello, hey Mel, hey Reese.
I don't know which one it is. It's maybe both.
Yeah, the regular one's still like 310, but yeah, the mini's down to 137 now. So that way you would get all the stuff like the you get like an EQ built in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let me see actually.
Yeah, I'm hoping that things will definitely be on the turnaround now. Hopefully.
Yeah, from what I remember, yeah, you get like your regular setup, you get your noise gate, EQ, compressor. I'm trying to work out what's what. Yeah, so you get your noise gate, your EQ, and a compressor. What is that? Oh, that's a full size one. That's why. Yeah. So they're like essential things. That's like literally what I add to like post process. Noise gate just basically means that when you're not speaking, it'll cut out background noise. EQ just kind of you can boost certain parts of your voice to make it sound nice, and then compressor is obviously so when you laugh or something, it'll balance out your stuff. So if you're loud, it'll bring it down. If you're quiet, it'll bring it up. So literally what I add to like when I'm rendering the stuff out, I add that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So that would probably it would basically cut out a step for me as well. If you were to record it in Audacity, You would just send me the file and it would pretty much be good to go.
Ah, it's Reese, not Mel. Hey, Reese.
Hey, Reese. So how have you been doing with 7 Days to Die? I saw you haven't played it in a couple of days.
I played it. When was the thunderstorm? 2 days ago.
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. Aye, that was the last time I played it.
So yeah, a couple of days. I saw you haven't played it in a couple of days.
Where have I actually got? Oh, you should actually see it. Like you need to come on and see it. I can't tell you anything.
Okay.
It's all a surprise. You're gonna maybe like it.
I think
Maybe.
I think after we finish up with this, I'm gonna let a game download for a little while. I'm trying to download Ark Survival Evolved.
Yeah.
I need to let that finish downloading, but it's like 50 gig and I've only done about 7. So, gonna take a little while.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I don't have any plans. I actually done my my overtime. I done that today.
Yeah.
I done it from like 11 o'clock until about 1. So I done my, well, it was another hour and a half I done today. So I'm free all of tomorrow. And then I'm doing another, like, next Saturday I'll do a little bit more overtime again, just so that next month I think I get my Twitch payout as well. So I feel like I've got enough overtime in the bank just by doing next week, and that's it. And then along with the Twitch payout, it's fine.
Not bad.
So yeah, I'll be free tomorrow.
Aye, if you wanna, we could maybe even jump on stream and do a little bit of kind of stuff. Yeah, because there's been some fucking progression, I think. I hope. Maybe. You'll come on and be like, what the fuck have you done all this for? It's completely pointless.
Oh no.
It's good. It's all good. It is good.
I'm thinking of getting a game called New World. I don't know if you saw anything about it.
No.
It's like it's an Amazon game. Well, a game by Amazon. And it's like an MMORPG.
Huh.
So kind of like a RuneScape type thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna buy that, but I don't know. I'll see what the system requirements are.
Where you want to play too, Reese?
You would actually reach the minimum system requirements for New World, but it's 35 quid, like, so I don't know if you'd be interested in ever getting it, but it's not until the end of August.
Huh.
So you should check out a few videos.
Yeah, certainly never say never for sure.
Never say never.
I heard an Iron Maiden song.
Did you?
One of the new ones. Yeah, it sounds pretty fucking awesome, to be honest.
I've yet to listen to it. I've yet to listen to
It
any
was
of it.
Wednesday that dropped, wasn't it?
Yep. Let's see. It's not out yet. Like, that was just like the announcement date. Yeah, they announced it on Wednesday, and I added all of the like the information and stuff about it. I was listening to Van Canto last night. Mind those mad cunts.
Yeah. Dun diggy dun diggy dun diggy dun dun. Ooh. Fucking beautiful. Love Van Canto.
Van Canto. I'm also in the process of trying to determine whether or not I want to change monitor.
Yeah.
Well, basically what I was thinking is if I got a different monitor for my main one, it would help games run faster and run better.
Yeah.
Because I'd get one that's a lower resolution, like one that is 1080p instead of 1440. I'd keep a 1440 as my secondary. It means my main monitor would be a wee bit smaller, but all my stream stuff and everything I do with streaming and having a second monitor, it's a bigger monitor, right? So I can fit more on it and all that shit. If I'm ever playing a game on my main monitor, that's what I'm going to be focusing on.
Yeah.
And And as well as that, like if I'm watching a video on YouTube or whatever, I could even just slap it on my second monitor if I wanted, or I could still watch it on the first one. It's fine. But what the plan was is it would effectively mean that I could give Sam one of these monitors, and then you could get her old one.
Oh, ideal.
Because her, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not, because I've kind of grown.
Although,
I've kind of grown to the thing of having like two big monitors,
yeah,
and like 1440p is just such a nice resolution because everything's so crisp on it.
yeah.
But hers would be a massive improvement though for you. Cause it's,
Yeah, because I'm just using a shitey TV.
yeah, hers is it's a Dell 144 hertz monitor.
I'd actually be able to read the things on the fucking screen.
Yeah.
And it would probably fit as well. Because I currently, like when I'm playing 7 days, I can't see what my hunger and thirst is because it's off the fucking screen. I have to use the OBS screen to see it. Or just don't see it. It does make it a bit fucking harder, like.
I think did the stream just freeze there? That was weird. Like my timer at the bottom completely stopped.
Huh. Getting a bigger TV.
I'll need to check that out when I'm recording it out.
I didn't think you had a TV yet. I mean, I suppose that is a bigger any TV is a bigger TV and not having a TV.
That is true. But yeah, it's a 27-inch 1440p, 144 hertz. It's a TN panel, which isn't as good as like an IPS, but it would be a big improvement than playing on a really old monitor. But obviously this at the same time that issues your graphics card might kind of struggle to play games at 1440p.
Yeah.
That's kind of the main thing. I mean, you could run games at a lower resolution than 1440p if you wanted to. You could play games that's still at 1080p or like 720 or whatever if you had to for your card to manage it, but then it would just kind of look arse. Like stretching a game from 720p all the way out to 1440, just kind of.
Yeah. Is there any way you can change the? No.
I mean, yeah, you can. You could run the monitor instead of running it at 1440p. You could just have it running at 1080.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Like.
But then the issue with that is like the icons and stuff will just be really big and potentially blurred. I don't really know. I've never tried it, to be honest.
It'll be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Like just ginormous fucking icons.
Yeah. But like I say, I don't know what the plan is, because I'm kind of happy with everything. I need to kind of learn to stop buying shit to replace stuff that doesn't need replaced. Because that's where I'm like struggling to fucking save money, man. Like I had, for an example, I had a keyboard that worked absolutely fine, the SteelSeries one, but I wanted to build my own, so I spent money on that when I didn't really need to. So it'd be the same kind of scenario here. I'd just be buying it for the sake of wanting it, really.
Yeah.
And the same kind of thing that happened with my PC parts when I bought like the half finished build off Adam like a couple of years ago. I didn't need it again, but the price was decent and it was like an upgrade. But like what I had was fine for what I was doing. Like I was even able to stream and everything on on my old stuff that Sam's got now. I could do everything absolutely fine on that. But just because he was selling it at a reasonable price, I was like, fuck it, I'll take it.
Hook, line, and fucking sinker.
But that's what's on the credit card that I'm paying off.
Yeah.
Because I've done. That's the kind of good thing though that I have to say. You can actually do a money transfer on credit cards now. So you can literally, if you have a credit card and you have a good offer on it, Like I have 0% interest on it. It was like 600 he was selling the stuff for, and there was like a 3% fee for doing it, 3.4% or something like that. So I withdrew 600 and it basically transferred the money and added it to my credit on the credit card account, and then just moved it to my actual bank account so I could withdraw it as cash and pay him. Or bank transfer it or whatever. And it just added on, it added on like 50 quid for the charge to do it.
Wow.
So it was like 50 quid kind of like interest kind of thing. But yeah, it just means that if you desperately need money or whatever, like
that.
so if somewhere doesn't take credit card or whatever, you can it's not immediate either. It takes like a day for it to do it. But yeah, if you need money in your bank account for like an emergency, like if you've got like say a bill for something, or you've got like a direct debit due to come out in the next couple of days that you don't have the money for, you could technically do it as a balance transfer. And then you just have to pay like a wee fee on it.
Stonks.
But I've got until like June. Like I've got everything's fine. Like I've got the shit covered to be able to pay it all off. But
yeah,
I've still got a chunk of shite because when I was wanting to go back to, I wanted to go back to college in like 2015 or 2016 or 2017 to do HND computing. So I got the card to buy a laptop for going back to college because I applied and everything, and then they were like, oh yeah, just come in and we'll like to do the whole, you know how they do the fucking induction thing where you're in the room full of folk and all that stuff. So I went in and spoke to my old lecturer and that. He was like, oh yeah, leave it with us and we'll see what we can do. Go down and speak to the guy that does the funding and all that shit and blah blah blah, and like make sure you know what you're doing and stuff. I was like, all right. So I went and spoke to this guy and all that pish. And then he was like, oh, like not the guy that does the funding, but the guy, the college lecturer was like, oh, I'll get them to get in touch with you or something. Absolutely fuck all. Didn't hear a thing.
Fuck.
So that was out the window.
That's
so
the college for you.
I'd bought a laptop for it though.
Fuck.
So that's why like I didn't need the laptop, but I bought it because I was anticipating going back to college.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just fuck all happened.
I mean, this is the same college that fucking when I went, the lecturers never turned up for the fucking lessons. I literally standing in the corridor for about half an hour, and then we decided to fucking leave.
Did you end up finishing your course, or did you just withdraw or whatever?
I'd done, because it was weird the way the Prevo was set up, because like you had your individual kind of classes, so like so many months of the year you'd be doing like plastering and joinery and plumbing and all this kind of stuff. So they graded you individually for each thing. So I passed like the plumbing, I passed everything basically. I stayed at college until I'd passed each individual section. The only thing I didn't turn up for was after I passed the last section. I just was like, fuck this, I don't need to be here anymore. Because it was all just building up to doing the whatchamacallit, is some kind of like test that you do at the end, and exam. It determines kind of like thing, it determines what industry you'd be best suited in, for like determining your score. If you get like so much, you could do this. If you score them all, you can pretty much do them all or whatever. So yeah, I just didn't do that because I thought if I'm going for a job, I'm gonna have to do that anyways. So I mean, yeah.
I guess.
So yeah, I did get my qualification for it, but I just didn't get the end thing. Mum had a bitch fit at me for it, but I was like, you know, if I don't need to be there and do it, then what's the point of wasting the fucking time?
Yeah, well, my thing as well is, I think the thing that made it a bit difficult, and this is the reason why they didn't get back to me, was because I didn't finish all of basically the entry requirements to go on and do HND the following year of finishing HNC, was you had to have all of the modules finished. But you could still get the HNC by dropping like 3 of them or something. You could drop up to 3 of them, but still get the HNC at the end, if you like obviously pass the final exam and everything. Yeah. So because I was lazy as shit when I was at college, I dropped 3 of the modules. Like I dropped I think there was like 2 of the programming ones that I dropped, and then 1 other one. And I was like, I just can't, like, I can't do programming, man. I'm so bad at it. So I dropped those 2 because I wanted to get the HNC, but like it was just too much work having to like try and completely learn how to do programming for me, because I've never been able to do it. Like even at school, I couldn't do it. Like at high school. So I dropped those, but because of that, they technically had to try and work a way that they could integrate those modules into me also doing the HND. Or like get me in like as a part-time student to do the, I think the way that they were like talking about it was, if I was to do it as like finish those modules as a part-time student, I would be in like 1 day a week or something. But because it would be a part-time student thing, I think there was no funding for it. So I would have had to have paid for that. But what they were wanting to what they were going to try and do, or so they said, was try and get it so that they could actually put those extra like modules on the HND course. So I would do it as one thing. That way the funding would be included. So that like I could do SAS and they would cover the cost of it all and stuff. But I think that was just too much work for them, and that's why they just didn't get back to me. I think they looked at it and they were like, nah, can't be bothered trying to work out how to do this. Yeah, it's fine, just patch them off.
Fuck.
But it is what it is. And now I don't even have a job that actually has anything to do with what I studied. So it doesn't really matter, does it?
You should still take it up as a wee kind of hobby.
Well, I've wanted to,
like
but
stuff.
the thing is, around here, it's just so hard to do anything like that. I've built computers for mates, but I'm just that one person that everyone just seems to fucking walk all over, really. Like, I'm too nice, and like I done something for a mate like not long ago, like changing the computer parts from like one case to another and kind of upgrading. Well, it was basically a new build, because the parts from the old PC were were Intel, and the new build was going to be AMD. So it was basically like put the new like motherboard, CPU. Well, the motherboard, CPU, and RAM was pre-assembled because he bought it as like a bundle. So I had to put that in the new case and then take stuff out of his old case and put it into the new one. And like I was like getting paid for my time was mentioned, but the worst part is obviously brought the old PC over, like across, and like the new case and stuff, and the new CPU and all that kind of stuff, and the new RAM. But the problem was it was a new motherboard and RAM that was brought over. But the problem was, obviously the old one was Intel and the new motherboard was like AMD. So I got dumped with the case. He like left it at the house, and we had to wait about 3 weeks for him to order the replacement, like the actual replacement bundle, so it had the new CPU and stuff. And then eventually got around with the old PC, managed to get everything done, get it all up and running. It came and got collected the following night, and nothing. I didn't get any sort of payment or anything for it. So I was like, we basically had the PC case as like used as like a storage thing. Like our house was used as like a storage place for the new case for like a month, and nothing. So I'm done doing that kind of stuff for people, and that's my problem. Is now it's impossible, because I've done it for so many people that it's going to be kind of hard to actually branch out and get new people. And the thing is, as well, is in Dumfries there's already like 2 or 3 reputable people that have done it for a long ass time, and that people go to them primarily than anyone else. They'd rather go back to the people that they trust than trying to go and find some like new person to go to. I've tried as well. I wanted to like move in my current job. I wanted to move to a different department. I wanted to go into IT to like help over there. But they had no roles going at that point, and they probably still don't. So I'm kind of just stuck, really. I mean, the job that I've got now isn't the worst. It's just kind of the very same-ish. I'd love to do more kind of hands-on stuff, but
it's a shame that you weren't like really big into programming, because you could probably like work a way to like, I don't know, program something to make the job quicker. So you just be like filling in things rapidly and get like a full day's worth of work done in a couple of hours, which would then free up the rest of the day to pursue other kind of ventures. And you still get paid for it because you still have done your full day's work.
It's just
That would be good.
it's a very competitive industry. Like even
Oh, fuck
around
yeah.
even around here, you wouldn't even like you wouldn't even think, because where we like this region's quite small, but like in Dumfries even in particular, it's kind of like I actually know a couple like, well, I know at least of at least one guy, and I actually know him personally. So even at that stage, I'm like too nice to like try and compete with people that I know who, like, the thing is, obviously I have a job which pays the bills and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, I think this guy that I'm talking about, I think he has a job. I'm pretty sure he has a job too, but I don't know if it's full time or what. Obviously, like for me, I'm in a comfortable position. I'm unaware of his situation at that stage, so I'm kind of like, I wouldn't really want to try and compete to take potential clients from him, because
I think that's because I thought that when the car wash opened, like fucking 3 doors down from my bit, but there is enough people that have computers and cars and everything for everybody to have enough business. It's as well. You almost kind of get to a point where you encourage other people to set up and do it, because it encourages friendly competition, which then means, you know, you're like, you don't hate each other. There's no fucking animosity. You're just trying to do your best to get people to come at you instead of the person. But then at the same time as well, it's like the farming industry. Like, all farmers are competing against each other for business.
yeah,
But if there's ever an emergency on a farm, they all fucking pull together to help out that other farmer. So it's that kind of business strategy where, you know, you are all competing together, but at the same time you work together to kind of make sure that there's enough work for it. So like, if you got to a point where you were swamped with clients, you could be like, I'm fully booked for such and such, but this guy, he's pretty decent at doing it. You know, you could send him their way and he could do the same with you and stuff, etc. There's always a way around things.
yeah.
Whether he'd be cool with that or not, it's a different story. Like,
But then there's the same scenario as well, where obviously I work a full-time job, so like I just don't have the time to do anything. Which sucks, but yeah, it is what it is.
like, it's fucking shite.
Nah, well, it
He
is what
signed up for his bollocks.
it is what you make it. But at the same time, at
It is.
at this situation now, when you're working a full-time job and paying bills, it's just like it's just like a never-ending cycle.
There is definitely a problem though. We're living to work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We're not working to live. Well, I mean, we are, but you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, there's fucking people out there that are working like 5 jobs just to make ends meet.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy.
I don't understand for the life of me why we're in a situation now where if you literally are renting somewhere to live, the rent is that expensive that you just, by the time you've paid your rent and all your bills, like we've even cut all our bills back, so we don't pay for TV anymore. We literally just pay for broadband, which is essential because with me working from home, I need it, and we need it to keep in contact with everyone. We're paying like our TV license. Obviously, I mean, a lot of people don't pay it, but we want to do it just to save our own backs. And then we're paying our energy. Obviously, you need to pay that, and council tax and our rent. That's all we're paying. And then me personally, I'm paying for like my phone SIM contract, again, essential. My car insurance, and like a couple of little things on this side, like Twitch Turbo now and Discord Nitro, but that's like £10 in total per month. So it's very like minimal stuff that I'm paying for. Yeah, I still can like barely put enough aside, like at this current rate for me to be able to save to put a deposit down on, like to actually get like a mortgage and buy a house, it would probably take me like a year and a half, 2 years. Or longer. Like it depends, because obviously when you've got a car, you have like every year you've got to get the service done, you have to change the tires, you have to like, if anything else goes wrong, you have to like, if anything goes wrong in the house to like have to replace it, you need to do that. Like it's just like it's like never ending. Like you literally, it's impossible. And then the thing is as well, the minimum deposit that you've got to put down is like 5% of the cost of the house as well.
Fuck.
It's like, I don't know. It's just a fucking...
Yeah. Viva la revolution.
It feels like it's never ending. And then literally the moment I'm like thinking like I'm on track, like, oh shit, yeah, it's like the money situation is looking good. Something happens where I have to completely fucking like blow money for no reason. Well, not for no reason, but to like sort whatever has happened. Like something going wrong with the car, or like the washing machine breaking, or like something like that.
So Chink's neighbors were saying was it yesterday I saw them? I was standing speaking to them, they were like saying they were enjoying the weather and stuff, and they were like I was talking about the bake along, actually saying I'd do the thing, and then Rob's the guy's name, he was like, no, his wife Angela, she was like, you should do that kind of thing and just stream your DIY, because he's sorting out, it's Chilton's old house, and they're doing it all up and getting it fixed. So he's like, you should stream your doing your DIY, and I was like, people would probably enjoy watching it. And he's like, I'm fucking sick of DIY. I've been trying to do the house up for like 2 years now, and it's just never ending. One thing after another is it's fucking unbelievable. But it's because of the age of the house. I mean, it is an old, I'm pretty sure it's a registered building, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's like, I'm pretty sure their bathroom or their kitchen flooded or something just after they had the pipe work done.
Fuck.
Like, fuck, man. You would just throw the towel in, you'd be like, that.
Yeah.
Fuck this. I'm gonna live in a tent. And they plumbing to flood the bit. Speaking of which, I bought myself a nice wee fucking inflatable camping chair, because I'm hoping to get out and do some wild camping soon.
You're gonna stream it?
Possibly. Maybe.
I actually don't know. We had like a massive power bank that we bought for when we went to Leeds. It was like 30,000 milliamp hour, and I think it's either in the office, or I'm pretty sure it's at the office.
Would you be up for it?
Probably not.
No.
Camping's just not really my thing, honestly.
No.
Even just the thought of it doesn't excite me. Like, I don't know. I just don't know what it is. I don't know why. Like, obviously it's personal preference, but personally I just don't see the enjoyment of like going out and like spending, like, I don't know.
It's so peaceful and you didn't see anybody.
Aye, but I could just go on like a walk in like a really remote place if I didn't want to see anyone, you know what I mean? I just the thought of sleeping out in the, like, I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. I think Hollywood will enjoy it as well. Hopefully I get to take Reese. Shiv was talking about going out at one point.
But if I can find that charger, you can probably borrow it while you're away. Because when we took it, we only had it, like, we had it charged up once, and it kept our phones going for the entire weekend. And we turned up like, well, we went on like we had the day early access because of the tickets we bought. Yeah. I think we got in on either the Wednesday night or the Thursday night. It was one of the two. And then we actually left on the Sunday night because we couldn't be bothered trying to deal with the fucking hectic traffic getting out on the Monday.
Yeah, that would be too much. Like,
so yeah, Sunday night came round and we're just like, we'll just go. We'll just head off. even like because of the rain and stuff as well, because it was in August. There was like loads of rain and shit quite often, so the car park even was a fucking like shit show to try and get out of because the mud was just so slippy and that. But we got out and then yeah, just left from there. But yeah, from the Wednesday or the Thursday until the Sunday, it kept our phones pretty much fully going. What we done though is like we basically constantly had our phones on airplane mode and only enabled the stuff when we were needing to use them, to text or whatever. And we also actually like changed the I can't remember how, but we put our phones in like grayscale, like black and white, so that like it would maybe be a bit better, because instead of like loads of colors being displayed, it was just completely black and white, and and then keeping our brightness low and putting auto brightness off and stuff like that. Just doing all that made our phones last ages. It's so good.
I've got a solar panel charger.
I remember that you bought that for the camping thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. That was when we were going out with Ross and fucking Lulu.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I've still got that and it still works. I wonder if that had fucking maybe like trickle charge it or something.
Yeah, it would probably like, if you're on 1%, it would probably like charge 0.01%.
No, I mean like trickle charge the battery bank.
Oh,
So I could just like have the battery bank trickle charging through the solar panel, and then
possibly. From what I remember though, it took a long ass time to charge, even plugged into the wall. It would honestly take maybe like 2 or 3 hours to like fully charge. Well, 30,000 milliamp hours is like 10 iPhones.
Yeah.
So
I'd charge it at home first.
Yeah.
And then
just constantly
like
keep it
after
charging.
every charge, that'd be fucking awesome. It'd be like, yeah.
Properly renewable energy.
Gone out to the fucking middle of nowhere and just never come back. slowly come back and just take pieces of the house.
Imagine. So what are your plans for this Monday? Are you doing another stream, or are you just
I probably will stream 7 days maybe.
Okay.
I'm still kind of working on getting the Bakelong up to scratch, but I mean it's coming along. Like,
I mean, in this heat it'd be kind of tough too, so
yeah, I've been kind of thinking of stuff that I can, because I was like, I'll make it more seasonal sort of thing as well, so that the aim is to hopefully grow the stuff in the garden and fucking forage for it and shit. I've noticed there's lots of wild rhubarb popping up, so I don't know whether you can eat wild rhubarb, but if you can, I'm certainly gonna fucking go and grab some, because it's everywhere, absolutely everywhere. But yeah, like some of the stuff I'm going to be making, I've got it kind of structured. Every episode I'll do 2 breakfast things, 2 lunch things, 2 dinner things, 2 puddings, drink, so like the syrup for making soda stream stuff, a side, and 2 kind of like snacky things. So it's gonna be that kind of thing. Yeah, you can play if you want. So yeah, for example, the first episode that will be returning, there'll be things like breakfast burrito, steak puddings, that kind of thing, lamb parcel, barbecue spare ribs. I'm gonna try and learn how to make the Chinese style rub, kind of ends that you get down the street. Gonna try and make that, replicate it, and get it tasting the same.
Nice.
I got some lovely, I don't know whether I had these last week, but some lovely recipe books that have got like everything in it. This is like, what's it called? Good Housekeeping Home Freezer Cookbook. So everything in here can be frozen. It tells you how to freeze it, how to store it, how to defrost it and use it. Oh, fucking hell. What berries and vegetables you can freeze and all this kind of stuff. Really fucking useful. So when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I must have that. And I've been getting kind of recipe ideas from it. The further into the episodes we go, the more fancy the stuff's getting. And more kind of like... maybe impossible. Like we've got Maxibons in one of the episodes. You have to make the fucking cakey dough stuff. And the ice cream.
Oh,
But yeah, no, it should be fun.
I just remembered
Mental
what they
stuff.
actually are. Holy fuck.
Delicious. We first had them in fucking...
Salute.
God, that was before you were born.
Maxibons, oh
In
my God.
Menorca.
Made me really want some now. Oh my God, we actually might need to take a trip to Tesco and buy some.
Maxibon.
If
Hey
it's-
Maxibon, I want fucking a percentage of the sale that you're about to get. Advertising.
Yeah, I think we'll take a trip to the store. So yeah, guys.
Watch the episode of the Bake Along and then you'll learn how to
I'll
make
learn how
them.
to actually make them. I don't have to go buy them.
You just like fucking making Maxibons all the time.
Oh
That'll
man,
be
I'm
your new
totally
business.
craving a Maxibon right now. Fuck it, let's just whip one up down in the kitchen. So yeah,
I'm also gonna make fucking Coca-Cola as well. Have a wee bash at that.
buy a soda stream.
Yeah. I've just been buying fizzy water. I made a lemon lime. Did you ever try Bundaberg?
No,
Lemon lime bitters.
no,
If you're
you
ever
did talk
over in
about them. You did talk about them last week.
Concord, yeah, I made them and I've just been mixing it with the sparkling water. Fucking delicious. Like it's so fresh and delish. Crispy.
Kids screaming outside. Shut up, you fucking arsehole. So loud, man. Oh,
You were the same when you were a kid.
yeah. I know.
Always yelling.
I know.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be more fucking entertaining. I think the way as well I'm gonna do it is, I mean, obviously I will be telling everybody what's going in and stuff like that, but I'll have it more structured. So like we'll make the breakfast things, the lunch things, basically treat it like a professional fucking working kitchen, but laid back as well.
Yeah.
My fingers. Oh, also, sorry. It's going to be a 2 fucking part thing. So there's going to be a Sunday night stream, which will be doing things that we need to do to prepare for the next day.
No, that's a good idea.
For the Monday morning, yeah. Because I was like, I can do things like if I need bread or rolls or fucking absolutely anything for the episode, I can be like, we'll prepare it a couple hours, you know, the night before, so that when it comes in, we're not having to do like the wee pernickety things. We can just straight on and make the stuff. Again, what I would do if I was working back in the kitchen, that we used to do at Kilford. Always stay ahead of yourself, and then you're not chasing your own fucking tail. Because if you do that, you're just going to be doing that forever.
True. All right. Well, I'm happy to end now because I really want to go to Tesco and get some Maxi.
Fuck.
So, guys, that's it for this week's episode of.
Maxima.
That's it for this week's episode of Two Bro Podcast. Thanks once again for coming and hanging out and
Yeah.
listening. Once again, we're available on anchor.fm/Two Bro Podcast. That's the site where you can see, like, you can listen to all our episodes there. We're also on, let me actually get the proper list, because did I tell you, Fraser, that I actually kind of messed up. Well, I didn't mess up, but what's our email address? Is it Outlook again? I can't remember. Was it Hotmail?
Hotmail, I think.
Is it hotmail.com or .co.uk?
Code.uk, maybe.
Let's try. Oh fuck. What? No, .com. Hotmail.com.
Oh.
Yeah, so our Apple Music wasn't actually, or Apple podcast wasn't actually working for quite a long time. I had to like manually go in and sort everything out and rejig everything, but now it's working. As well as that, we were also fully distributed on all the proper platforms. So we're on Anchor, obviously, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify.
Yay!
We're available on all of those. And like I say, our Apple Podcast feed is now properly updating. Previously, for some reason, it was only our first 2 episodes, which were back in like May 2018, that were showing up. But now it's properly syncing the feed, and all the latest episodes are now there. So
oh, happy days!
So you can check us out on
Apple Play.
So you can check us out on all of those, or also on YouTube, where the full video stream gets uploaded.
Yeah.
If you want to actually watch the video back or whatever. So
when's our next like fucking game video day night?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. It's kind of tough with work right now, being as hectic as it is, to try and organize one for everyone. That's the thing with the community nights. It's kind of hard to make it because you've got to kind of work around everyone.
What we could do is, you know how, like, for example, tomorrow, we're going to be jumping on the 7 days thing.
Yeah.
What we could do is, every time that we're doing that when we're not streaming, we could just jump into the Grab the Nachos channel on the Bake Along. Or no, it would be on the... We could make another channel on the Two Bro podcast, just purely for... Unless we might already have one, maybe just a general. But yeah, we jump in that when we were doing the thing, so that if people were, because you know what I mean. So it wouldn't be like an actual like scheduled thing. It would just be if we were there and people saw us, they're more than welcome to come along and join.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we could do that. And then that way, it's like whoever's. That means we don't have to sort a solid date, and then it means that whoever wants to whoever wants to join can, and whoever can't join, then there's always next time.
Yeah,
we could do that.
I think that would probably be the best way, like, because then there's no pressure on being like, oh no, we haven't, you know.
And we should just make the whole watching the like scary videos and stuff just like a kind of like if and when we want to do it thing.
Yeah.
Rather than I feel like it's better like having at least have the podcast on a set day, which is obviously Saturday at 6, and then just everything else that's going on in between, just if and when we want.
Yeah.
Because I feel like already having one day is a big enough dedication instead of having like 2 or 3 a week. It's kind of hard, especially if we each run our own channels as well, and try and stream on those too. So, all right, guys. Well, that's gonna. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
There's certainly a lot, like.
Yeah.
Look at that, fitting everything in.
That's it. All right. Well, that's us for this week. So we'll hopefully see you again next week.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a safe week. And until next time.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Two Bro Podcast.